Heaps of people were kind of like, that's a really cool idea. You should make a thing of it. So one day I sat down at home with a beer and I just sat there. I bought Dogecoin.com. That's a bit funny. And I slapped the Doge face onto a coin and just put it live. And I wake up the next day to heaps of retweets. And my co-founder, who's based up in Portland, had messaged me and said, hey, I found that you can change I forked the Bitcoin source code or the Litecoin source code, and you can change the font to Comic Sans. I'm like, ooh, okay, we got to do this. Like, that's hilarious.
Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual
Bitcoin has now almost overtaken
all-time high this week of $900. Now, at its peak, if you had invested $1,000 a year,
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Friday. Hope everyone had a good week and a little birthday celebration going on today. So gonna have fun with that. And we'll see what else. A couple little surprises, little odd things that we'll be covering. Here's Dogecoin, 8.5 cents. 8.5 cents, not bad. Not bad. We had a lot of volatility of Dogecoin trading today, up and down action that we see here. Big volume. It was a little spicy, but overall, hey, 8.5 cents, I'll take that. However, for my birthday, which technically isn't till tomorrow, but I'm not live streaming tomorrow. I'm live streaming today, but you can still wish happy birthday. And thanks for all the wishes as well. How about Dogecoin to $1? I'll just take that. I will take that. Dogecoin to $1. You never know. So, yeah, typically I don't talk too much about myself, but, Randy Hipper just had her 21st birthday the other week. And it was like, yeah, I should probably just have fun and do something on my birthday too, because it's a Friday afternoon and it's like pretty quiet, not a lot going on, unless you are a big Uniswap holder, because that took off today, but not much else. Not much else really happening in crypto today. We've had sell-offs for Spell Token and Jasmy, so they're a bit down. A little bit of bad news for Avalanche. They had a block problem on their network, which isn't good because I'm a big Avalanche holder. So didn't like that. But other than that, yeah, we can cover other stuff in the news. And of course, want to hear what you guys have to say as well, because there's not much other news to cover. I mean, I made a video earlier today on Ali Martinez's tweet and charts about a possible next bull run up to $10. And we'll take another look at that here as well for those that didn't watch that video. So let me drop down here in the corner, get the charts nice and big, and we want to see green candles for my birthday. Let's see some green candles. So what is going on? Joshua says happy birthday. Jeff, how are you? Ewan, Emil, AMR, all happy birthdays. Alexander, guten Tag to you. Happy birthday. Swish. Decentral Man, DZ, Ryan, awesome, DM, Nick, Derek, even Doge going crazy. I mean, this morning there was certainly a lot of volume trading there, so that was fun. Ryan says $10 or bust. For my birthday, I'll take $1. I will take $1. That will be fine. Aaron, thank you. $4.36 with X adoption. I like that number. That works. That works. Operculum, Doge. Low roller, did you see the new Satoshi? All of those emails are fascinating to read. Yes, I've been reading them. For those that don't know, there was a user who is essentially publishing or letting out a lot of old archived emails with Satoshi back in 2008, 2009 timeframe, which is really interesting because not only does it really look at the things that Satoshi was thinking about in terms of this eCash system, proof of work, the blockchain, all of those early ideas, but also things that he was worried about, things that could happen that he wasn't sure, because I mean there was no cryptocurrency until then. So it is fascinating, but it's also fascinating to read that, to me, Satoshi's one person. It isn't a group of people or all of these other things. It's one person. It's Satoshi's one person. Did Satoshi have some help? Probably, but he remained anonymous throughout this whole thing. And whoever it was, some think Hal Finney, some think other names, what was unleashed into the world with Bitcoin is a great thing. And that whole Craig Wright thing is just a joke. Just get rid of that. But it is interesting to read. So for those who are interested in that, just go on to X Twitter and just do a search under Satoshi, and you'll be able to read all of this stuff. It's very, very interesting. So that's what I think. No, not Craig Wright. No. Absolutely not. Was he around then? Yes, but yeah. Leo, you purchased a ledger from the link. Thank you. Hoping to add another $500 Doge tomorrow if it all goes as planned. Doge to the moon with the cool Doge emojis. Leo, love it. Yes, for those interested, I have the Ledger Nano S Plus. This is what I use for my cold storage device. It's the least expensive hardware wallet that Ledger has. And the one I recommend, you don't need the X and you don't need that other new thing. You don't need to be trading using your Ledger. You don't need Bluetooth with your Ledger. You just need the simple Nano S Plus. That's all you need. And I have a link in the description below. There's my little Ledger logo right there. But in the link below, or in the description below, there's a link you can click on. Takes you right to the Ledger website. And I get a small little commission if you purchase one. So thank you, Leo, for doing that. Appreciate that. Highly recommend the Ledger. It's the only hardware device that I've used. And so I only promote products that I actually use. So like those who want to trade on Robinhood, I use Robinhood or Coinbase. Those are the two exchanges I use. And then this is CryptoTab, the CryptoTab browser, where you can accumulate little bits of Bitcoin, some sats, by just using their browser, which it's not a lot, but little bits all add up, right? They all add up. And then you can get your own link with CryptoTab browser, and you can share that with your friends and relatives. And then you'll get commissions from them. And it just all adds up. So you can check that out as well. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, if X adopts Doge, we will have 350 million new Doge wallets or more. There's 550 million, I thought, on X Twitter. That was the last number I saw, was 550 million. Yeah, that's what Derek says. 556 million, even more. So, Jason, yes, thank you. Everybody's loving the cool Doge emoji. Awesome. Yeah, Uniswap. So apparently they are going to reward their token holders, those that are staking Uniswap tokens, and they're going to give them more benefits, more freebies, probably even more Uniswap tokens for staking, which people love that, right? So yeah, you look at the crypto bubbles and you're like, Uniswap, boom, up 50% today. 50%. So that's not bad for those that are staking Uniswap. Great for you. I don't use Uniswap. I don't hold any Uniswap tokens. It's just, I don't have exchange tokens except for Kronos. I've got a little bit of Crow, and it's staked on crypto.com. Maybe they'll do something like Uniswap. That would be awesome, because now they see what Uniswap is doing. Maybe crypto.com is going to go, maybe we should do something like that too. Bull Run is probably happy with Sia Coin still going up, and now is trading. Well, it was just at 2 cents. Now it's back down to 1.99. But just Sia Coin and Filecoin, they've been going crazy, and that's what's going on with crypto bubbles. And so we'll just see whether Doge can make a move up while we're live. So that would be awesome. Spell token. Yeah, Spell has traded down. Let me get the Spell token up. And volume is dying down to 0.0007. So if we go to the hour chart, you can see kind of what everything's done there. Huge run up, dropped to 0, came up to 0.001, and it sort of sold off. Now, if it can just create a new bottom here at 0.007 and then move up from there, that would be fine. That would be good if Spell could do that. Again, I'm a holder of a bag of Spell tokens, so it's nice to see it. I mean, there was no reason for the run. There was just some FOMO all of a sudden. There wasn't any news that I saw about it that caused it to go on this run. So, but every time something you hold goes on a nice little run like that, you're like, yes, that's cool. And of course, the other one we've been watching is Jasmy. But Jasmy hasn't sold off too bad. It's 0.13, now at 0.129. I was hoping it would stay up here at like 0.14. That was kind of a local bottom that we saw that it bounced off of and traded back up. But this morning traded a little lower than that. So if we can hold 0.13 and go up from there, that would be good for Jasmy. But we'll keep an eye on that. Again, we're not in full bull market mode yet. So these smaller cap tokens that go on runs like this are susceptible to these big pullbacks. So particularly not in the full bull market, you don't want to FOMO in. You don't want to FOMO in while the thing's like going up. So you wait for it to pull back and then you buy in. And I don't know whether Spell is going to hold 0007 low roller to answer your question there. So maybe buy some Crow. It's the only exchange token I hold. And that's just because I was doing some trading on crypto.com and they were giving out all these free Crow tokens. And then I've just continued to accumulate little bits here and there. So that's all. Doge will rise once again. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Aiden. Birthday joy. I only want Dogecoin to go to $1. I'm not asking for much, guys. I'm not asking for much. Just $1. Yeah, Lord Drip's got the Dogecoin D, which some people commented on the video that you can also hold the D down on your keypad on an Android. And I thought it was only for the iPhone, but holding it down for on an Android and getting that Doge D as well is awesome. That is good. So, yeah, Ryan as well. God bless your new age. Yeah, I'm a little older than Miss Teen Crypto. I'll put it that way, just a little bit. Ewan, thank you for joining. Ewan will now be eligible for a piece of the pie. The KrissPax DCA portfolio now up 66.66%. As of today, Jasmine, fell back a little bit, but Render has been on a big run. We are now up 415% on our Render tokens. Thank you again to Toss for recommending buying some Render last summer, of which our price was $1.45, and now it's $7.45 from $1.45. That's 415% up. Awesome. So yeah, again, 66%, just getting started. This is the portfolio for those that don't know that I put $10,000 in, and I am giving out 75,000 Dogecoin when we decide to sell this portfolio at the top of the bull market. Actually, I'm going to sell all of these other cryptos, not going to sell the Doge, I'm going to give it out. Of course, I'm going to keep some because I got to cover the taxes on the gains, right? The capital gains tax. But we'll be giving out the rest of the Doge to you guys if you're a member of the channel. And those that are a member of the channel the longest will get a larger share of the Doge, is how I'm doing it. So those that join like a month before we sell aren't going to get the same amount of Dogecoin as ones that have been members longer. And I've kept a track of it. And YouTube also lets me know how long people were members. So that's the deal. Dogecoin. And if you think Dogecoin is going up a huge price and we've got 75,000 Dogecoin, you can do the math and you can figure out what that Dogecoin is going to be worth. And just becoming a member of a channel, that's going to be paid off and more. It's going to be paid off and more. But Dogecoin needs to go on a run to do that. Even today, though, based on the number of members there are, it's still a profit. So yeah, I'll take $10 Dogecoin, Jason. And where does that $10 Dogecoin come from? If you didn't see my video earlier today, it came from our good friend Ali Martinez. Ali says, The price action of Dogecoin is showing familiar patterns reminiscent of its 2020 behavior. Back then, Doge broke out from a descending triangle, entered a period of consolidation, and then skyrocketed by 28,000%. Currently, Doge appears to be mirroring this pattern. Thus, the mirror on my thumbnail, if you caught that, the Doge looking in the mirror. Did you catch that on my video? Anyway, having broken out of a descending triangle, it's now in a consolidation phase, potentially setting the stage for another significant bull run. And what Ali did was he took the fractal from the 2021 bull run and pasted it on here. And this is a logarithmic scale that he used here based on percentages. And he gets $10 Dogecoin. $10 Dogecoin. So now we tracked this, what I call actually a descending wedge, but it is kind of a true triangle. But I call it a wedge, and we were tracking that wedge for quite a while, and it broke out of that wedge. That's when we were buying Dogecoin for our KrissPax DCA portfolio at 6 cents. So that was a good time to buy Doge. 8 cents still isn't bad, depending on where this goes. So, what do you guys think? That would be a great run, but it's going to need a catalyst to do that. And we're thinking X payments, and I covered that in the video earlier today. More money transmitter licenses X is getting. Going to be huge. And Tesla Model Doge had a nice sort of mock-up of the Ali chart, as well as a lot of great responses here on X. Exactly. McDonald's paying with Doge with the X app to the moon. Oh, man. The Doge father. It's like all here. So that is, so that's what's going on with Ali and his charts here. Pretty exciting. We could see that, though. We could see something like that. Don't want to see red candles, though, on my birthday. I want to see green candles. Green candles. That's what I want to see. Yes, Ewan, we saw Sia coin. Bull Run has a big bag of Sia coin. And it tried to get me to buy some, but I was already in like everything else. I could buy it on crypto.com. You cannot buy Sia coin on Coinbase or Robinhood. But I didn't buy Sia coin. So, yeah, not great. Bitcoin's hanging out, trying to stay above 51K. But 50,892 isn't bad, particularly if you zoom out and you look at the big picture, like on the daily. It's just hanging out up here. So, yeah, it's just a slight pullback, but it's nothing compared to the big run that Bitcoin has already done since January 23rd. Bitcoin was down here at 38.5. So. And that was this reverse head and shoulders pattern that we charted here before just taking off. So this isn't bad. Now, if there's a pullback to 48K, which is this blue line, light blue line here, that would not be unheard of. But I kind of think right now, Bitcoin's just going to be hanging out above 50K, between 50 and 52. And I think it's going to hang out in this range a little longer. So when is the Dogecoin bull run kicking off? Tedward asks. And thanks. Doge is just going to follow along with the crypto market until it does its own thing. We have seen good Dogecoin support, though, particularly today. We see that Bitcoin is down 0.7%, but Dogecoin is actually in the green, up 0.7%. So it's doing better than Bitcoin today. And I think that was this big volume of trading we had this morning. I mean, Dogecoin went up to 8.52 and then just immediately dropped all the way down to 8.28 and then traded right back up. So this is whale buying, I think. Just I don't see Doge dropping unless we see a big, huge pullback in Bitcoin, which I don't see happening either. So Doge is just going to follow along, but is today outperforming Bitcoin. So that's good. That is good. Thank you, Miami Dolphin. Low roller. Dogecoin $10. Thank you, Andreas. Appreciate it. The McDoge will be a food item. Yeah. Yes, Derek. 10,000 Doge mined every minute. Need demand to outpace supply for big gains. Yes. Once global X Starlink increased demand for those countries just getting into crypto, that's it. That's definitely it. Thank you, Asima. Ryan, welcome, finally. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate it. You now can put the cool Doge in the chat. Decided to quit being lazy, busted out the laptop. I know, it's so easy to do on your phone, right? Just, yeah. But there you go. Welcome, Ryan. Cheers. Cheers. I'll drink to that. And there's the cool Doges. Yes. Thank you, Daniel. Everyone will wake up one day and see 10 plus cents, and then it will skyrocket. Yep. And I saw this great cartoon today that I reposted. Like, sad days ahead for paper hands. Why did I sell my Dogecoin? That's coming. That's what's coming. Is one day you're going to wake up, the price is going to be up, and you're like in the middle of a swing trade, or you were waiting to buy Doge and you didn't, or you sold Dogecoin to go do something else and you miss out. That's what can happen right there. So that's what can happen. Yeah, we covered Spell Token a little bit earlier, Pro. But for you, just because we covered it, Spell, going back. So Spell did go up on this run. We covered it on Wednesday during the live stream. Talked about it because I've got a bag of Spell tokens. Was very excited about that. This pullback is almost expected for a low cap token like this, and we're not in the full bull market. So this is just a hint of what will come when we're in full bull. So, but it looks like it's leveling off right here at about 0.0078. So we'll see whether it can hold. We'll see whether it can hold this line right here. So we'll watch for that. And then we'll check in again on it next week. But I don't see any other big runs for this. This run that we had on Wednesday kind of came out of the blue. Yeah, so we'll see. But thanks for asking. Swish also. Thank you. Another member for the channel and enjoying the new emojis as well. And you'll be getting some Dogecoin. Top of the bull market. Why is NVIDIA such a big deal? They're making chips. They are the leading chip maker now. And they're making better chips. And even like right here on my laptop, I have an NVIDIA GeForce GTX, like right here. That's why. Thank you, Pro. $25 investment can get you 31,000 spell tokens. Yeah, if that's what the math works out to. Yep. So NVIDIA, yeah. So what they're working on now are a new chipset, because AI is just going to need like faster, more powerful, and they're going to do it. So at Decentral Man, who has a big amount of Doge and can make me some Doge coins as a gift? I accept any amounts. No, we don't do that on this channel. What happened to Uni? Yeah, we covered that earlier. They are going to be rewarding their stakers with additional benefits, additional gifts, additional uni tokens. And so they all started buying more uni tokens. And everyone's going to be buying uni tokens and staking them. And so you end up with this huge 50% crypto bubble is what happens. And so I'm saying crypto.com should do that. There's Kronos there just hanging out at 9 cents. And it's like, come on, crypto.com, get your act together and do what Uniswap did. And then the Crow token can grow by that or more. That's what I want to see. And I'm partial because I own some Crow tokens on crypto.com that I have staked. So I would like that. Jazz me to 50 cents. I would like that. Can spell token reach $1? No. No, it's just because it supports that Abracadabra project, which can't even operate in the United States. I think it's too limited to be able to reach that kind of market cap. I just don't see it happening. But it's a cheap token that could go on a big run and you could see big gains. That's why I bought it. And it was just a flyer, right? Just see what happens. And you can buy it on Coinbase too. It's listed on Coinbase, which was surprising to me because Abracadabra does not work in the United States, but you could buy spell tokens. So I just took a flyer on it and bought some. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Nate. Welcome. Appreciate it. What else going on? Is Dogecoin gearing up for a rally? Does Doge eye a $1 goal, or does it eye a $10 goal? For my birthday, I would like $1, please. But then in the bull market, I would like $10. How about that? Is that asking for too much? I don't think that's asking for too much. To be honest with you, I don't think that's asking for too much. But now we just can't even stay above 8.5 cents. That's not good for my birthday. I want green candles, not red candles, please. Please. Cryptos for us. Thank you. Hiram, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. What else going on? Dogecoin primed for gargantuan upsurge to 50 cents if this happens. And what is this? Well, it's just a bunch of stuff on notable resistance levels. And they're just talking about resistance levels, doing some TA. But nothing new here. While technical indicators paint a positive picture, market sentiment measured by the weighted sentiment is currently in the negative region. This suggests a prevailing skepticism within the broader market regarding Doge's performance improvement. Dogecoin finds itself at a critical or crucial juncture with the potential for significant price movements looming. Traders and investors continue to monitor key levels, technical indicators, market sentiment to Doge's trajectory. The possibility of reaching 50 cents hinges on sustained bullish momentum, overcoming key resistance levels, favorable shift in market sentiment, and some big catalyst, which they don't put in here, but that's what is needed. Dogecoin is only going to go on that big of a run if there's something behind it. So that's what I say. But yeah, 50-cent Doge would be good. It would be good. But not 8444. Let me call my Chinese friends so they can spike the market in the middle of the night. So our Saturday will be glorious. I'll take that. Yeah, the Chinese don't like the number 4. They like the number 8, which is good luck. Because 4 is kind of a death number to them. So I'll take 8888 and we'll go from there. So ask your Chinese friends for that. Let's get Doge to 8888 and then go from there. 10 cents for a birthday. Sounds reasonable. Thank you very much. And I won't even try to pronounce your name. Jacques Flav? I don't know. I can't say it. But thank you. The other thing to talk about is Bitcoin. What is going on with Bitcoin? Hey, it's 5888. There's some 8s there on Bitcoin's number. But I'd rather see Bitcoin at 80,000 or 88,000. That would be nice. Where is Bitcoin going to go from here? Is it going up or is it going down? And here's an article. Bitcoin clinging on to its $1 trillion market cap. Is 55K next or 45K? $55 or 45? What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm not going to try your name again. Sorry about that. Up, PTBack says up. Let's try to get to the. Let's see what we can do here. Start a poll. What is next for Bitcoin? $55K, $45K, and we'll see. We'll see what you guys think. If you think there's going to be a pullback, or we think we're just going to rock it up from here. We'll see what you guys think. Bitcoin experiences a 2% decline over the past week, nearing its support level of 50,800, which is just about where it is. And it did drop a little bit below that earlier today. came down to 50,650 or so. And the market cap, that was the other thing I wanted to look at. Yeah, if we look at, yeah, you see it's under $999 billion market cap for Bitcoin now. It just dropped right under that $1 trillion number there. So we need Bitcoin to turn around, go back up. Because that'll lift the whole cryptocurrency market, is what it'll do. So yeah, Bitcoin a little bit down. Again, Bitcoin just went on this great big run. So it doesn't surprise me that there's a little retracement here. And I don't think it's going to be huge going forward. So Michael Vandepop says Bitcoin having a slight pullback before continuation upwards. Let's see what he has charted for his pullback. Not too low. His pullback chart is 48.6 on the 0.382 Fibonacci he's got there before moving up to 56K. That's what Michael's showing here. So right now, though, that pullback is pulling Doge down. Pulling Doge down. I remember when the entire crypto market was 1 trillion. Yeah, now it's just Bitcoin, which is half of it. Total market isn't quite 2 trillion. But we'll see. 48, 49K pullback. Hiram says. Maybe. 50,500, Jungle Boy says. BTC and other currencies are at all-time highs. I saw that. There was on X, somebody had actually had like 8 different countries' currencies now that Bitcoin is now in at all-time highs against, including the Japanese yen. So that is it says a lot about what's going on in the financial markets around the world, where US dollar versus other currencies and what's happening there. So yeah, very interesting. Right now, 87% think that Bitcoin is not going to dip down to 45K. It's just going to turn around and head up. Positive thinkers. Positive thinkers. It beat the yen during the last bull run, and it's again at an all-time high against the yen. Yeah. And we are not even in the full bull market, in my opinion. We're not there yet. We still have the Bitcoin halving coming up in April. We still have the United States Fed, who's going to be lowering interest rates, most likely starting sometime this summer. And in the United States, we are still in an election year. So the economy here is going to continue to be propped up. And typically, when there's a change of leadership in presidency in November, that's good for the markets too. And we have seen that every 4 years. And there's no reason to think this fall is going to be any different. That all leads to bull market, guys. That's what I'm looking at. Bull market stuff. So yeah, we'll look back on this, and this is nothing. We're just getting started. Just getting started. So, but yeah, there will be pullbacks, and I've talked about them and shown charts that show previous pullbacks, even during bull runs. Bitcoin cryptos do have pullbacks. Just doesn't keep going straight up. So, yeah. We also have liquidations. People were shorting Uniswap as Uniswap was going up. Just in the last hour, $335,000 liquidated in shorts on Uniswap. That's crazy. Overall, again, both shorts and longs were getting liquidated through the day based on the price action, but it's all kind of slowed down this afternoon. And now we're seeing some longs get liquidated. Let me refresh this. See what the latest is. Yeah. Some Bitcoin longs just got liquidated here. Pixel, Jupiter. Yeah, this is all changing now. Longs. $1 million in Bitcoin longs just got liquidated in the last hour. $1 million for Bitcoin in the last hour because of this pullback right there. I don't know what you guys are doing. That's not you guys, though. I know. Others. Trading with leverage. Be careful. But, yep, some longs are getting liquidated now. Be careful out there. So Derek, you did Android. You were able to join. You need a desktop, but you did it on Android. So I have an iPhone, so I can't check what you see on an Android. But that's great. You were able to do that. Awesome. The Dow. It's like I don't even pay attention to the Dow. Dow Jones 39,131. Sure. It's going to keep going up. This is a little pullback because we had, S&P 500 hit an all-time high here yesterday. And so, yeah, a little pullback today. Actually, it was like midday yesterday, right? Or this morning. And the NASDAQ too. So again, most of the NASDAQ is all heavily weighted to the big 7 tech companies that run it. And in the S&P 500 too is the big tech has been fueling this whole S&P 500 run. We go to the weekly here on the S&P 500 and you're like, man, look at this. Since October, it's just been straight up since October on the S&P 500. And it takes a lot to move it like this. But this is all NVIDIA, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta, Google, all moving that. That's crazy. I have a big chunk in a 401k, and it's the Russell. I think I've got it in the Russell 200. I thought it was Vanguard. I've got some going into Vanguard, but most of it is in the Russell. And so I own all of those through that. So yeah, my 401k is doing very well. I don't own any of those individual stocks except for Tesla. That's the only one I own. I do have a little Apple. That's right. I've got a little bit of Apple, but I got a big chunk of Tesla as well on the stock side. And I still have some of my Workhorse and Gevo, which have just been terrible. But that's a story for another day. Yeah, so the big, yeah, I don't even show the big candle or the big triangle here that Ali does, because it's really from all the way up here, all the way down. It's that kind of huge triangle, and I just don't really do those. So, but we broke out of we broke out of the one that we had been tracking for quite some time in February. So that breakout from the high that we hit back in December, the shorter time frame for that descending wedge, gets us to this breakout, and we're waiting for the next leg up, and that could be coming soon. See, on the daily, we still have a green candle here. So this could be starting to form a cup right here, which would get us back up to 9 cents. So that's what we'll be watching, is whether this can turn back around and form a cup, something like that. So we'll be watching for that. Did I see Tucker Carlson in the grocery store? I thought it was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Based on Tucker being an American, right? And knowing that he's got so many American dollars going to a grocery store in Russia, things are relatively cheap for him. But the average Russian can't afford to go to that grocery store because they don't make enough money to afford that. That's the difference. Of course, he didn't say that, but that's what I saw. It's like, come on, Tucker. That whole Russian trip was, he should have just done the interview, left it at that, with Putin, and then just gone on and done other interviews, and not do all of that. This is the life in Moscow, isn't it great kind of thing. It just makes him look bad. In my opinion, it just makes him look bad. He should have just stuck with the Putin interview, done that, and then gone on to another interview. So, exactly, low roller. Average Russian salary. They can't afford to shop at that grocery store. The stuff that Tucker was, he was like almost mooning over some loaf of bread, and it was just like the average Russian cannot afford that loaf of bread at that grocery store. So, and Maria agrees. Yep. It's just like, Tucker, come on, be real. Greetings from Poland. Welcome. Appreciate it. Pretty. Yep, Elon is, New York and Cali are going to be the hardest ones, Zippy. That's what Elon said. He's got 20 states now. I covered that in my video earlier today. I showed the list of the states that on the X Payments website that shows the money transmitter licenses that they have. And they're working on it. Yep. Good luck to you, Miami Dolphins. Yeah, funny how reporters don't say all the facts. Can't keep Doge down. Hey, Toss, welcome. Again, I gave another thank you to you for the render pick from last summer, because render is up now 415%. Should have bought more into this portfolio. It's now the number 2 holding, though, in the portfolio, based on the run that it's been on. Yeah, I don't know the particulars about the ruble and what its worth is compared to other currencies. I haven't looked at that. I just know that whole Tucker Carlson thing was kind of a joke. Kind of a joke. Well, our poll is kind of evening out. Well, no, 74% think that we're not going to have a Bitcoin pullback down to at least 45K. So 74%. That's that. I guess that would be reasonable for where people are thinking. 1 out of 4 think that there's going to be a bigger pullback. Yeah, Bonk dropped out of the top 100. Jasmy dropped out of the top 100. Yeah, they were all more volatile in their pullbacks. And like EOS out of the blue, there was this news article about EOS, and they are going to change the minting. There's EOS in number 82, old school proof of work cryptocurrency, and they're going to actually change the code. And they're going to put a cap on it because it doesn't have a cap like Dogecoin. And they're going to change how the coins are going to be given out. So that's very interesting that they're going to do that. Well, I think it's proof of work. I'm not entirely sure how the coins get distributed. I should look at that before I say that. But yeah, EOS used to be a top 20, and then just, I don't even know like who uses it. But yeah, they had a nice big run today. From 76 cents, peaked up at about 87 cents, and now settling back down about 80 cents. Again, there's not a lot of people who vote, who follow EOS. My vote was 55K. I do not think Bitcoin is pulling back to 45K. I think 48.5 would be the minimum. And right now, I don't even see that. I'm bullish. I do not see that big of a pullback. Into the block. This was the other website I was trying to think of on Wednesday. What I look at. The main thing is like for Dogecoin, it's how many holders are in the green. And right now, 62% of all Dogecoin holders are in profit, or wallets. Wallets that hold Dogecoin are in profit, 62%. So that's more than half. That's more than half at 8.5 cents for Dogecoin. So that's pretty cool. Ryan says he's green. I'm green. I've been green since I bought it. It's never retraced back below. So the whole time I've owned Dogecoin, I've never been in the red. Too much hype to go backwards. Yeah. Have I considered using leverage? No. I am not going to trade with leverage. I'm a DCA buy and hold, and I'm not going to play games. You see George with Cryptos R Us doing that. And I mean, he's got so much extra money, and he says he does it for fun, but I think it's dangerous what he does and convinces people to try it because they see these 1,000% gains. And then you get a pullback like Bitcoin has now, and you see these leverage trades just getting liquidated and getting wrecked. No, I'm not doing it. I'm a firm believer that to be profitable in cryptocurrency investing, it's still follow the 4-year cycles, DCA and hold, and then sell up at the top of the bull market, whenever that is. We don't know yet, but we're going to go through this ride together for the next year and a half, and we'll see. We'll see where we are. But that's where I am with it. And I'm not going to do leverage trading. I'm not even tempted to try. It's like, nope. George seems like he's already living the free life, has money to burn. Yep. He paid for that nice new house, right? He's got a bunch of cars. And I mean, he does live streams twice a day with 4,000 to 5,000 people in each of them. And he's got other sponsorships, promotions, other things he does. And that just keeps going. And it's just like, that's George. He's doing great. So, but I mean, he's been doing those twice a day live streams for 5 years, 6 years. And yeah, it can get a bit monotonous. I get that. But he loves it. But yeah, so he does this leverage trading now because he's got this extra money to play with now that the house is paid off. And so that might be, I mean, that's like getting into gambling though. And that's how, particularly if you are someone who can't control yourself, that's where you can get in trouble. Because then you try leverage a little bit, right? And then you make some extra money doing it. So then you try it again with a little bit more and you make a little extra money more, right? And then you try it again with a bigger bag and then you get wrecked, right? That's how it would go. So no, I'm not even touching it, not doing it. AMR 501, thank you so much. Appreciate your support always. And I hope you're doing well. I appreciate it. Thank you. DCA $25 Doge every day. That's one way to do it. I buy on dips personally. Like the last dip I bought was 833. And that was, hey, dancing Doge on my birthday. Woohoo. So that was right here. I bought Wednesday morning because Doge had come up to 9 cents. On Monday, Tuesday traded down, and then Wednesday morning when it was down, I bought on that dip. Did I get the absolute bottom? No, but that was pretty good price there. That was pretty good price for more Doge. My average goes up as I buy more Dogecoin. But for those wondering, don't you buy any more Dogecoin? Well, I just bought a big chunk of it. And I buy in big chunks on dips instead of DCAing small amounts. That's just what I do. We did the DCA stuff over the summer, and that was working pretty well. But then I just took the rest of that big chunk when it went down to 5.88 cents. And I just bought the rest out for my $10,000 investment. And that was a great choice because I could see the descending wedge there. It was all set up to take off. And then the next week it took off. So that's how I did it. And when we bought that 588 Doge for the KrissPax DCA portfolio, which was on October 9th, right there. We bought 14,000 Dogecoin, $835 worth at 5,885. And right after I made that purchase for this portfolio, I then bought a bunch for myself too in my other portfolio because I just knew that was a great price and we weren't going to see that again. So that's the power of buying dips and also, you know, doing charting and doing analysis and just reading what's going on. I was like, yep, that was it. Right now, not happy with red candles during my birthday celebration here. Not what I want to see. Hiram has a great question. Because of these Bitcoin spot ETFs, do you think the cycle is ahead of schedule and we see the all-time high sooner? Or do you think it'll still be 2025? It's strange. BTC is at 52K. And a lot of alts are nowhere. Yeah. So there's some alts are all-time high. Some of them have gone on runs. Some of the newer ones, of course, get a lot of hype and are new blockchains or new technologies or something like that. But the older ones, for the most part, like Cardano, Solana, and all those, are still a long way from all-time highs, less than half of their all-time highs, where Bitcoin's already 50K and its all-time high is 69. So Bitcoin is ahead of schedule. The rest of the altcoins, for the most part, are not. And typically what we see is sort of this: Bitcoin goes on its run first, even though there are some altcoins that run independently, and then ETH, and then the rest of the altcoin market is typically what we see. And meme coins can go on runs at any time. Like Doge can go on a run regardless of those cycles because of the catalyst that can send it higher. Doge could end up, if X payments goes live, let's say at the end of the summer, and Dogecoin is on it, Dogecoin will go on a run in 2024 and probably have a new all-time high. But then that could be it, and it could fall back once there's profit taking and shorting going on. That's the challenge Doge has. It doesn't trade the same way Bitcoin does once it goes on its runs. But I still think Bitcoin's all-time high is not going to be 2024. It's going to be 2025. Because it's going to wait, and it's going to go through the whole cycle, which includes the US presidential elections and then into 2025. It's happened 3 4-year cycles in a row, and I'm not betting against it on the 4th. So if Bitcoin is up at 100K in like November or December, I'm not selling. I'm waiting still to let that whole 4-year cycle play out before I think we've hit the top of the bull market. But then we'll see. I mean, but in the fall, I would guess that altcoins will be outperforming Bitcoin and catching up, and many exceeding what Bitcoin has already done. That's my guess right now, looking at it. But we'll see. Yeah, right now it's end of the summer. My Miami friend. That's kind of what I'm looking at, is end of the summer would be a Doge blast off. And it's just going to follow the market until then. That's my guess. But we're seeing a lot of good support, here at 8.3 cents. We saw that earlier today as Doge was dropping down and just got traded right back up. So this is good support here. So we'll be watching that. Let me pull that down. That's what we're watching. Thanks, Fire Legend. Why we did not have a 4-year cycle in 2021? I think BTC will complete its 4-year cycle. So the 4-year cycles, and I've shown this before, but always got it over right here. This is based on Bitcoin. So, and the crypto market generally follows the Bitcoin 4-year cycles. So 2021 was the all-time high year, which follows the Bitcoin halving. This is the little half Bitcoin. You see that? This is thanks to Rob at Digital Asset News, who makes this chart. This is an updated one that he's got because it now goes into 2024, which is the next Bitcoin halving, which is coming up in less than 2 months now. the 4-year cycles with Bitcoin having at least 50% of the overall crypto market total value dominates the market. And for the most part, all the other coins follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin halving in 2012, all-time high in 2013, bear market in 2014, and then a reset year in 2015. 4-year cycle. And then it repeats. 2016, Bitcoin halving. 2017 hit an all-time high. It waited until the end of the year to do that, but that's when it hit its all-time high. Bear market, 2018. 2019, a reset year. 2020, the next Bitcoin halving. And when did Bitcoin hit its all-time high? 2021. So now we go into the next cycle, 2022, bear market. Yeah, it was bad. And by the end of 2022, Bitcoin was all the way down to 15,600. Remember that? After the FTX crash? 15,600 for Bitcoin. 2023 is the reset year, but for Bitcoin, it was very positive. But you know what? In the reset year in 2019, Bitcoin went on a big run in the first part of 2019, but then sold off later. Some are saying this could represent more of what Bitcoin could do in the halving year. We could see that sort of run up to the halving and then sell off. But I just don't see that sell-off happening, because in the other post-halving years, well, in the halving years, it always traded up at the end of the year. 2020 traded up at the end of the year. 2016 traded up the end of the year. 2012 traded up the end of the year into the next year for each of these. So that's the 4-year cycle. And I am trading this same 4-year cycle where I am not selling until 2025. Now, if Dogecoin in the fall of 2024 goes on a huge run up to $1, let's say, because of something on X, I'm going to be taking some profits along the way. Somewhere I'll be scalping some, because you don't know with Dogecoin if it continues going up or whether it peaks and then just gets shorted down, which is what happened in 2021. That was this drop with Bitcoin going down. Now that drop in Bitcoin that happened in mid 2021 was two things happened. Tesla stopped accepting Bitcoin for payments, citing the energy it takes to mine Bitcoin. And also China cracked down on Bitcoin mining in their country. And so with those two things, Bitcoin went from 64K and then dropped down into like the 30s. It's like half the value. And at the same time, Dogecoin was going from 74 cents all the way down to like 16, 18 cents. That was big drop in Doge. But then Bitcoin recovered, went back up and hit 69K. But most YouTubers back in 2021 were calling for 100,000 Bitcoin. But it didn't happen because of that big dip there in the middle of the bull run there. So what's going to happen in 2025? Don't know. Things always happen. Like Ryan says too, China bans crypto again. Again. Yep, that's what happened back in like May, June 2021. And that was the response there, was this big sell-off. So, yep. Thank you, Hester Power. Appreciate it. How many states are we at? We're at 20, according to X payments. And I showed that in my video earlier today. So if you go on my YouTube channel and click on that video, and that would be, that's this one here, Dogecoin Bull Run to Mirror 2021. That was my video earlier today. So check that out. And I show the X payments list of states in that video. So check that out. Next says, yeah, well, we just covered that. Thanks. Gives us a little more time to keep buying. It does. Do I think Apple Doge payments would be before X payments? See, I don't know what that Apple thing is, and really what that's about. And if they're going to have that Apple wallet working with cryptocurrencies and how that's going to work. That was a new thing that I just found the other day, and I haven't seen any other articles about it. There's no information about it anywhere else. So I have no idea what timeline Apple might be on in integrating cryptocurrencies. So yeah, that's tough. I don't know. Well, this has been a bummer, this live stream, seeing all these red candles. Not what I wanted. But my birthday is actually tomorrow, not today. Maybe they knew that. But tomorrow. But I'm not live streaming tomorrow, so we're celebrating a day early. I may do a video tomorrow. We'll see. But won't be live streaming. As far as Apple, well, the Apple one would not be Doge specific. Apple is including a list that I showed in my video the other day of like 15 different cryptocurrencies that are listed sort of in their code. So it's not just Doge, but Elon and X could make it just Doge, depending on how he's setting that up. That is what would be huge for Doge, would be that. Elon acquired 14 states over the last 6 months. Pat Matthews should be about a year. He thought that he could do it by the summer. Now, he hasn't always been great on his forecasting of schedules. See, but like my Doge 1, he thought it would be done by 2022. And here we are, 2024, and it still hasn't happened yet. But he thought it would be by this summer. So I don't know. I would take Doge at 10 cents tomorrow. George, I would take it. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate it. Some think Doge will peak early this cycle. Again, it's all based on Elon and X, is what I think. Unfortunately, it's tied to that. That is what's going to be Doge's peak. If none of that happens and Doge just kind of meanders along with the price of Bitcoin, it's not going to go on a big bull run. It needs something to spark a huge run. And that's what we have to be patient for. So, well, thank you all for celebrating. Go Dogecoin, that's for sure. We're having fun. Trying to battle that. I mean, again, we're up over 8 cents. We're not down at 7 cents or 6 cents, right? We're up at 8 cent range, and it's showing good support here. So this is all very good for Doge. It's not as high percentage-wise as a lot of other cryptos are at this point. I get that, but I mean, who knew AI was going to go crazy like it did? And who knew some of these other blockchain technologies were going to, you don't know. You try and buy what you can. That's why I diversify into a number of different cryptos. But there's nothing like Dogecoin though. And the potential that's there is just too big. It's just too big. So yeah, Denise, I see a green candle here too. So maybe this is it. Maybe we're going to start seeing higher lows, right, on all these little dips. That would be good. We'll look for that. I hope you all are well. Hope you have a great weekend. Probably put a video out sometime this weekend, so watch for that. And we'll be back live on Monday at 5 o'clock East Coast time here in the United States. So join in then. Everybody hit the like on the way out. Certainly appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. We got a couple new members during the live stream who joined the channel today. And that, of course, is on my YouTube channel here. You just hit that join button. And then you can join the channel and then be eligible to receive the Dogecoin that I'm going to be giving out when we sell that big portfolio. So until then, hope you all are well. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.